All right, so we are live. So hello, I'm Ben.
I'm Matt.
And,
that's the way I need to move. I'm Matt.
And if you are not clear who we are, you can go back to the last live streaming video, which was kind of a mess.
It's like building a time machine.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We are going to. We have to bleed some brakes on my bike. So if you remember. Last time we were setting up, Matt was putting on a drivetrain, the box components drivetrain, which is now dirty. You can see there's some dirt going on there. But yeah, I need some. These XT brakes I've kind of always had a problem with. It's just like whatever. Anyhow, so alright. So if anybody's out there and has any questions along the way here, feel free to let us know. Leave a comment. Here, let's go back to.
Are we going to back up already?
We are going to back up already. Over here. Over here. So while he is doing that, I'm going to probably entertain some questions and comments and whatnot. Sorry, we're just getting this set up right now, so give us a second. If you are out there and can hear us, give us a thumbs up. That would be helpful. Alright.
I can't wait until the hate rolls in that my tools are this disorganized that I have to dig through. I can't wait.
Okay, let's see here. We have one person watching now, so if you can hear us and we look good, I mean, we look good on video, not necessarily look good.
The quality's good.
The quality's good. Let us know. Give us a thumbs up down there. Looks pretty good. I need to fix this light. It's really bright. Alright, so we are in the Mountain Bike Radio shop. What should we call it?
The compound?
Compound, yes. We are in the compound. And let me just adjust this slightly. Down. Alright, we all good? Anybody out there? 2 watching. Awesome.
We have doubled our viewership.
Yes. So if anybody's out there has any questions, you can post them on the comments section. That's cool. And our internet should be good. I might be just walking over here to check on things every once in a while.
You know why the 2 and the 2.5 are so hard to tell apart?
Because half is very small.
Because it's a half mil difference.
Yeah.
There's no joke in there. It's just that they are hard to tell apart.
So,
it's good. So what we have here today is I did a fluid exchange today at a local bike shop. So I traded a couple of beers for a syringe full of this stuff, mineral oil, but it's in a SRAM dot fluid only syringe. So we'll see what happens. There's lots of sarcasm there.
cool. So MTB Savant, yo, I can hear you. That's great.
Thank you.
Awesome.
So what we have today is the SM disc. I don't know. That's good.
Oh, hang on. I'll pull up the... Sorry.
Oh, cool. So we have the SM disc. This is the bleed funnel. It comes with the kickstand, as I like to call it, that the bleed funnel will sit in when it's on the counter. And the bleed funnel also comes with the plunger. For those of you that have ever used a bathroom, you know what a plunger does. So the plunger clogs the hole so you can take it out of the brake, put it into the kickstand, and fluid doesn't go everywhere. So plunger is very important. Kickstand also very important. And I have one syringe of fluid that was graciously traded beer for brake oil.
Did you say at Riverbrook?
Well, I wasn't going to bust them out. Who was doing fluid exchanges with the local...
Hey, we bought a lot of stuff there.
No. Not a lot.
A lot for me.
You know, a lot for you. I haven't bought anything like We haven't
We've
paid any
paid-
bills there yet.
I paid full retail there, everything I purchased. So.
Me too.
Yes. All right, I'm just gonna clean this up a little bit.
So what we're gonna do is, you don't need the plunger in now. Oh, come on, squeeze. Trying to not make a dot or a mineral oil rocket everywhere.
All right, MTV Savant. First of all, second time. Thank you again, MTV Savant. I appreciate you participating. This is awesome. I always end up spilling half the brake fluid. That's because he's not using a kickstand, or she. There you go.
I know what happened. There's always something when we do this stuff.
That's fine. So what happened?
I cleaned the plunger with 90% isopropyl rubbing alcohol, and now the plunger's so dry that the plunger doesn't want to move. So I'm really struggling to get oil in the cup.
Do you need me to do that for you? And if you start hearing, we have some thunderstorms going on, so if you start hearing some weird, huge rain and
Look at that.
hail and stuff, then yeah.
Bubbles
So
coming out.
What are we looking at here?
There's bubbles coming out in the reservoir.
That's not good.
Yeah, it is.
No, I mean that there was like.
I mean, if you have like a brake problem and you're getting air out, that's really good.
Okay, so it's good and bad.
Yeah.
It was bad initially.
Yeah.
What are some so this is so what are some reasons for air bubbles in there? Anything?
I'm not an engineer. They get in there. They make your brake feel bad.
Is anybody else joining us here? So we have two still watching. So MTV Savant left a comment, and looks like the other person who may be watching didn't yet. So if you have any questions, comments, anything, it can be about this bike, it can be about mountain bike radio, it could be about the latest show, it could be about
Be about our hat. Well, you don't have yours on anymore.
my hat. This is a Yukon makes flex fit. But anyhow, so it's a really nice trucker hat. I had a couple questions. People were asking if it was foam. It is not foam. It's definitely fabric. And another question was, is it a flat brim? And it is definitely not a flat brim. So see, we got. Here you go. Let's see what's happening over on.
Oh, cool. Do you have an adjustable 8mm Allen wrench?
Adjustable 8mm.
A crescent wrench.
Just trying to piece together what you were exactly asking for. It's like a. I can't think of a good example. I can't think of a metaphor. Do you have a metaphor?
No. Did you put these together?
I did a long time ago. I haven't touched it for a while. It seems loose.
Really loose.
That could be an issue.
Definitely is. So the other issue, and we don't have the product that I wish. There's a product that is made by, I can't remember if it's Zepp or Dynaclean. It's called ID Red, and it does really good things to Shimano brakes. So you can spray it in right here.
Like, does good things how? Like, you pour it in where you.
Like you spray it into this area here, and it like flushes all the old bad junk out. Like you can spray it in here and like pump lever and like colored stuff comes out in the cup sometimes. And like the stuff that runs out is like gross. Like it, so you can't really see it, so we'll do this.
Here, let's do this. Let's pull it a little bit closer here.
But still, clean finger.
So you can hear it. Okay.
And this is
There.
what's accumulating on the outside of Ben's brake due to the fluid, just like all this black junk. And like I can wipe it off and make it look like aesthetically clean, but it's not going to get all the stuff out of the pivot and the servo wave or
Gotcha.
whatever they call
So
it
this is
now.
all. Yeah, I noticed the fluid is coming out of here.
Yeah. So I'd have a pretty strong inclination that that's the
issue.
yeah. Well, even if it's not the issue, that's eliminating that problem is a great place to start. So yeah, this is from wiping momentarily.
NTB Savant, can you still hear us? Because we're kind of standing far away and talking. Can you, if you can still hear us, just let us know. Give us a shoot a message over on there.
I feel like that name is familiar. Oh, hell.
It's a little bit windy in here, so I'm going to just shut the door. If it does get anywhere, if it starts hailing a lot, I'm just going to go move the van inside, so hang with us here. Alright, let's do this. While you're doing that, we still only have 2 people watching, so we got here. Alright. You haven't spilled any yet, have you?
Floor's clean, toes are dry.
Yeah.
This is the time to spill though. And you try to invert the bike a little more, and you have to move everything all at once.
Yeah.
I see mechanics standing on a chair because they're not tall enough to look into the reservoir when they're doing this.
Alright, so we are we're gonna go live on Facebook here too, just to say hey, follow us over on YouTube. So if you are checking this out, we are in, what are we calling it? Compound? Mountain Bike Radio compound. This is the shop, and we are bleeding some brakes. My
XTM 785s.
yes.
Feeling a little bloated, you could say.
And actually, the front was kind of not great too, but the rear was probably worse. So, anyhow, what we are doing right now is just over on YouTube live. So, if you go down a little bit in our Facebook feed, you can check out the link for that. So, I'm not gonna stay in here too long, and then I'm gonna transfer over there. But yeah, so we're just bleeding brakes. Matt was just talking about his bumper system over here. Is what do you call it? Kickstand.
Yeah, it's like a little kickstand for your bleed cup.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing. And then that was it. Probably going to talk a little bit about box components, drivetrain I've been using. Yeah, that's new happening.
Just riding along stickers. You can buy those on the shopmbr.com now. Just riding along stickers. $2 gets you 3 stickers.
Yeah, there you go. So
and a handwritten note by yours truly.
Yes. So you can go to shopmbr.com for that. But,
and for those of you that have played games where you like want the most ludicrous like thing said, you make a note and I'll draw you a crude kindergarten picture of whatever you want.
And then we should take that crude kindergarten picture and make one of those
Cups.
rainbow flasks of it. Alright, so if you're just checking in, let's see what we have. We have 4 people. 3, 4. So yeah, so what we're going to do is if you scroll down the Facebook feed slightly for Mountain Bike Radio, there's a link for YouTube. We are on YouTube Live. And all 4 of you that have now joined, just go over there and check that out, and that's it. So, back in a little bit, but okay. So, what are you doing right now? Just give us a teaser.
I'm just seeing if there's like air in the bottom of the system that's like working its way up. The brake will fail. See how it has like, you know, a full finger width.
All right. So, join us over on YouTube if you want to see the rest. Bye bye. yeah, so you just
Yeah, I think that was solid. Like,
so it's just that air, basically.
I mean, still, no matter where you're at, you know, if you hoss it, you can pull it to the bar, but this one feels,
That's bad.
well, oh,
So it's just
there
air.
it is. See? So see how this one just
Yeah.
falls to the bar right here, and then, oh yeah, we got air up there. Let's get the air out of there.
Huh.
And Ben's the pickiest person, so I'm not going to move his lever back. I'm just
I'm
going
not
to leave
that picky in that.
with the lever.
No.
There's no way I can put this back where it belongs.
Alright, so what else am I going to do here?
Is that still going?
Yes, it is still going.
Yay!
Yay, we have 3 watching now. So if you guys can still hear us, just give us a little yes, because it looks like we're still good. So if you have any questions or anything, comments, whatever, and mountain bike radio wise, it doesn't. You don't have to. Oh, I should probably get in the screen. It doesn't even have to be about bleeding brakes. If you have any questions or comments or anything about any show, any discussion, anything, just let us know. Put it in the comments right there.
Did you move one of your brake levers without moving the other? Also, I didn't touch this. This just wasn't tight.
Oh, it's been fine. Must have been jammed up against the.
Yeah.
So here's what I noticed on here. It does have a
Two position?
2 positions. Yeah, so that'll fix the adjusting it all the way. On the box components, on the lever for the derailleur, there's a 2. I don't know if we could show a good picture of it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. I'm going to take a picture like this and say that. So there's on the box components lever. There's for adjustment wise. There's a 2-bolt piece.
For those of you that are familiar with SRAM, it works just like a SRAM lever.
So I'll post that over on Instagram. But there's a So it's adjustable. At first I thought you couldn't slam it down and over, but we should be able to adjust it a little bit further. So that's good. Overall, though, I like the push. I like the push a lot more than I thought. I went into it expecting it like my first when I just initially rode it around the yard. It was like I didn't really like it, but now I've ridden on it a few rides. Like it's something I like. All right.
Also, we got Ben's remote lockout on the left side finally for his fork. I'm real happy with that.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay, what's next? So you're doing the other one just the same you did?
Yep.
Okay.
You gotta rotate the lever up so the lever's pretty much horizontal to the floor. Pull the plunger out. Watch the air pour out of Ben's brake.
Oh yeah. Every pull there's a bubble.
Front brake's generally a little bit easier. Oh yeah, they're coming now. Front brake's generally a little easier to bleed, just due to the fact that the line runs more vertical. So I'm just kind of flipping the line to try to help move any fluid down and at the same time move stuff up. A nice rubber handled wrench of any sort. You can give everything a little tap, kind of shake up stuff in the caliper, see if more stuff comes out. It's highly unlikely that stuff's trapped in the caliper on this, but I say highly unlikely, it's unlikely, but still I can try. I'm just going to tap it up the line. I've heard of downhill mechanics carrying small vibrating devices in order to help with that.
Ah.
But
It's we have a few more watching now. Thanks for joining us, whoever's watching. If you're new, if you have any questions, just put them in the comments right there. If you like what you're seeing, give us a little thumbs up, share it with somebody, whatever. We're just going through a brake bleed and then talking about whatever's going on.
Oh yeah, look at this. Look at that little spire. Oh, it's kind of fading out now. There's a little spire of black fluid coming. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like a cloud.
Yeah, fluid's all gross. Really, to do this right, we would flush fluid through. But, you know, whatever.
Whatever.
This one's much easier than the fork rebuild one.
Yeah, the fork rebuild was kind of a mess.
Okay, so here's the deal. The most important part. There needs to be an O-ring on the bottom of your funnel. And there needs to be an O-ring on your little, like, bleed screw. And you need to have an O-ring. One O-ring only.
Show it real closely for somebody that doesn't know. Remember we were talking... So we were talking this morning how if we were just getting started in this, it would be really hard to figure things out. Show people what...
I don't know if I can, like... yeah, you can see it. Right there. The end of my nail.
There you go.
There's a little rubber piece. That's the O-ring. And you need to have one O-ring on the cup and one O-ring on the bolt. Never have two in any place, never have zero in any place. If you put this screw back in without the O-ring, your brake's not going to work. And you'll have a bad time. It'll be like French frying when you shoot a pizza.
If you don't know South Park. Alright. Eric Gandianco. How often do you guys recommend a full brake fluid flush? What would you say? I would say as often as Matt does it for me at this point.
Yeah, how bored do you get? Because if you're bored, you do it all the time.
How often is practical then? What's the practical?
Once a year.
A year?
Yeah, if you did a yearly flush, I think you'd be doing great. Kind of depends though, like if it's a bike that you don't ride very much, like let's say you have a fat bike and it doesn't get much use and it hasn't seen a lot of heat, you know, you're only riding it in the snow and it doesn't have like prolonged downhill braking, then I wouldn't do it. You know, maybe you would do that yearly, but like if it's a downhill bike, you might do that 2 or 3 times in the season because you're just like boiling them over. So
there you go. So like once a year unless you're doing like extreme conditions.
Yeah, you'll know if you need to do it more.
How do you know?
Because you'll have lots.
Performance
it'll just be other brake issues. Like if you've changed your pads multiple times in a season, you probably need to change your fluid.
Because it's just not wearing you. It's not pressing you. It's not the.
No, if you've been braking enough that you've worn out a bunch. Like if you've descended 1,000,000 feet this year and gone through 3 sets of pads, you probably need new fluid.
Okay.
But if you've descended 1,000,000 feet and not gone through your pads, because it's like high alpine stuff where you're really not braking as much as it's just like, you know, in a scree field you can't even go fast because it's just like you're pedaling downhill.
Yeah, if you don't brake much at all.
Yeah.
It's
so
like
yeah.
It's like around here.
Or Memphis. Gosh. Change brake pads when they get contaminated, not when they got... Alright.
Connection is jumpy. Ugh. I don't know what to tell you.
Your connection's jumping. No, we're out in the garage. So that, easy to solve.
What is this squeaking?
It's just the servo squeaks and the lever. And you can use your buddy Tri-Flow. Oh, wrong part. So this is the reason to get Tri-Flow. 1, it works well. 2, it has the extendo tip. And you can squirt fluid into all kinds of places. And that's not code. And actually just washing this brake would help it a lot.
What is it?
It's just your brake, like, I cleaned enough of the old brake fluid out of it that it started to make noise because it's dry.
Gotcha.
It's just your brake light.
Oh, there you go. Come on, be quiet.
I took the old brake fluid out of it, and it started to make noise because it's dry.
I can feel it. Oh, that sounds so bad. It sounds like we're in an old barn.
I know. I'm just checking the quality, because if anybody's out there watching, if you're having any issues, just leave us a comment. I don't know what the deal is here.
Oh, there we go. Got it.
There you go.
No more barn door.
That was pretty loud, because you can hear that pretty clear in the video.
The Shimano barn door.
I'm gonna jump in here. Hi.
Oh, hi.
Just typing. So Eric, we had a question from Eric. It said the brake flush. About once a year.
Ish.
A year-ish is a good start. How about go according to your extremes from there? Anybody else have any questions? Could be brake bleed, could be fork. We did a fork rebuild last time.
Does it feel better?
Huh?
Did it feel better?
What?
The fork.
Yes, the fork definitely felt a lot better.
How many hours did that fork have on it, you think? 30?
Before you did it?
Yeah.
Not even. 10 hours plus probably 20 hours at most.
Okay.
And it was bad. It was bad right at the... No, but it felt bad already at
Wausau.
probably 10 hours in.
Yep.
Stump Farm. Oops.
So now what you have to do is you have to fight line compression because the rear line is so much longer than the front line.
Okay, so what does that mean then? When you say line compression, what do you just mean just because...
I was
just
getting there.
Okay.
So because the rear line is longer than the front line, you can break it down to whatever length increment you want it, but every inch or foot or whatever of line is going to expand so much, X amount. And it doesn't matter what X is, but you need to understand that the rear probably has 2X or 2 times the length. So it's going to see 2 times the expansion of line. And when the line expands, the brake doesn't feel as powerful. And when the brake doesn't feel as powerful, you'll think that the brake bleed you just did isn't going to cut it. So the trick that I like to do is I use a wrench and I set the reach of the brake lever and I compare the two. So by putting my index fingernail against the lever and the wrench, that's my gauge there, and see the front line or the front brake is stand in the right spot in just a little bit than the rear. So because the rear is going to expand more, what I always do with Shimano is I cheat and I run the rear one out a tiny bit and the front one in a tiny bit from where you would want the brake to make power. And then when you squeeze the 2 brakes, what it does is it makes that oh shit point feel the same on the 2 brakes. And in your fingers, just kind of play with it until they're you don't notice that they're different, but it makes that oh shit point feel the same.
So basically you're just making good comparison for yourself. A good starting point.
Yeah. So I'm making sure that I'm close, and then always run the rear one in a little bit, and the front one in a little bit, and the rear one out a little bit more, which will make where the power comes in the same place in the lever throw, which is good because you want your brakes to feel consistent.
There you go.
Not just pull to pull, but left to right. You want them to be pretty consistent.
There you go. Brady, video's a bit jumpy. He noted here too. I don't know if it's a storm or not. Anybody else? MTB Savant, Eric, if anybody else have any issues, we got 2 thumbs up, so who knows? Who knows what the scoop is? I don't know. Internet was fine when I checked it. So, anybody else out there listening, watching? If you have any questions, like I said before, if you have any questions, anything about Mountain Bike Radio, now is your chance to ask me directly or Matt directly or anything else.
If it's about me, I'll cover my ears.
Yes. Maybe we just have to get fancy bikes, tear them down, and put them together. Just so people, like, really high-end bikes. Just so we can stare at them. Instead of looking at this junker.
You go fast on this bike. I think you need to race for slips with someone.
Race for slips.
It's like a car term where you race and the loser loses their car.
Oh. If anybody's out there, I'd be interested in that.
Ben, you'd put together the green salsa and race it.
Yes, I would, actually. Green salsa with the fire starter fork. No, I have that other one.
No, I'll use that one.
What?
Gamble it off. You have 2 forks, but yeah, I'd use the
Krampus.
cheapest. Oh, that fork. Jeez.
Yeah, I have a Krampus fork I could use. Brady, if you're still there, how is the video changed at all?
Brady, are you going to come visit? Anybody out there want to come visit?
So what, so it's going for the, what is it called? Slips?
Racing for slips?
Race for slips? That's something Kenny does?
I don't think so.
I think your video sucks.
It happens.
Damn. The internet was totally good. Let me test this out.
Poop.
Let me, I'll get off the screen here and test this out quick. I'll just keep talking, but... What do we have on tap? A lot of things. Just riding along stickers. Matt just put those up. ShopMBR.com. Let's see. Alright.
They're $2 for 3. If you go there, you can buy all kinds of stuff. What else is going on? We're not going up north. We're staying in Hayward.
Said I just wasn't feeling good and had to get things done, so that wasn't going to work out right now. So we'll figure that out for later.
Maybe fall. Maybe.
Yeah.
But we have, if you're planning on riding with us and you want to come ride in Hayward, you're welcome to join us. We'll put something together if we need to. If you want to ride, join us. And then for other things that are in the pipeline, let's see. Ben has a couple of people that he's setting up to interview with. We have a podcast that wants to come back, so we're working on getting that going. We're going to post a Just Riding Along throwback episode, or blast from the past, whatever you want to call it. We'll have that posted up, and it's going to be a kind of a 2-parter. I'll post one, it'll come to your feed like normal, and then if you want to go in the way, way back machine, to borrow that from Stuff You Should Know, also a really good podcast, Stuff You Should Know from HowStuffWorks.com. They have the Wayback Machine. Those guys have, or we're going to put up in the show notes a really old episode. Like terrible audio quality, like Blog Talk Radio.
Like really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Like Ben would probably... What would you do if right now that was the audio quality you could put out? What would you do?
Quit. I would quit. It's that bad. Sorry, I'm just testing this video while we're... I'm just testing this video here while we're watching just to see what I can do. Yeah, if it was that bad, at this point, it wouldn't even be worth doing. You just get laughed out of the room.
So I think this other hole is going to move the brake lever, or the shift lever, further away. Is that what you wanted?
Actually, no.
So we could run it in the further
No,
away
but-
hole, but back on the
No.
other side of the brake.
All right. Never mind.
But then it wouldn't work because this is still going to be limited to here.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. All right, let's see here. We'll get this internet stuff worked out here at some point. So if you're watching, Brady, if you're still there, give us a
finger up,
give
whichever
us
you
update.
choose.
Yeah, give us an update on what's going on your end of things.
Man. Found a 4-wheeler road today. It was pretty cool. I couldn't ride it.
Yeah. So I'm trying to picture where you just keep going straight on that road, and it kind of.
Yep. You go past
And that
the
goes-
gravel pit, and then if you look at it on a map, the road is like segmented. But if you look at it in person, the road is definitely not segmented. And there's a no off-highway vehicle sign, or no highway vehicle sign.
Okay.
And then there was a hill that was so sandy, I didn't notice it was sandy. Kind of like I just wasn't paying attention, honestly. And then yeah, I was in the wrong gear and I couldn't ride up it. I mean,
That's not good.
it was deep sand, like, and steep. So,
There's a lot of sandy stuff.
yep.
All right. So what's next?
I think that covers it. Your bike is all set.
Okay.
So,
Let's see.
yeah.
So when are we gonna like when would it be like back to Eric's question? When would it be necessary to do a full flush? If I didn't do this even last year, I haven't flushed these since.
Ever.
No, I did. It was end of 2 years ago. It's
We,
just been
we have to buy more fluid and actually do it
Yeah.
proper.
Yeah.
That's going to be the right thing to do. So,
there you go.
do they feel different?
Oh, they don't go all the way to the bar. So that's it. Nobody has any questions. What else can we do right now? Is there anything?
Check the brakes on my top fuel real quick because they're
Yeah.
soft.
Do that.
All right, move your bike. Because I'm keeping the top fuel. It's good. I want to go fast.
Give a few details about that bike.
2016 Trek Top Fuel 9.8. It is extra large frame size, 25 pounds as it sits with an XD crank and a Wheels manufacturing bottom bracket. It needs beefier tires, and it needs a brake bleed and a bigger chainring. So that's what's going to make this bike sick.
Oh yeah. It's squishy.
Well, I run my brakes a lot closer to the bar than you do.
No, but I mean it's got like some squish.
Yeah, it's got squish, but also it's set up pretty close to the bar. So,
Small fingers.
yeah. No, I just like my brakes in close. I like the way that feels.
So you like the XR3 and XR1?
Nope, I want bigger tires,
Bigger tires?
knobbier tires.
Oh. Why?
Cause I'm not very good at pedaling, but I'm really good at like just going with it. So I want a bigger, knobbier tire. I was gonna ride this bike on the trail, but what are we at now? We're like, for the year, how many inches above are we?
Double the last 2 months.
Yeah, and like I wanted
So
to ride
average
this.
month is 3 inches, and we've had 6 inches, I think, so far.
Yeah.
Or June rather.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. First 7 squeezes had air. This bike's going to be a little harder because the brake's here, and then the brake hose goes all the way to bottom bracket level. You know, on Ben's bike it went up to the top tube and then across. So I'm going to have to get this bike up pretty high to get the hose straight. But the amount of air that came the lever feels now, I have a feeling that was most of it. Just don't let go of your handlebars when you're doing this, because your front wheel will flop over and then your fluid will be everywhere. And if you're doing it inside, you'll be really, really sad. You'll be like mopping, and your significant other will be like, "Why are you mopping?" Huh? I don't know. Made a mess. So yeah, I kind of wanted to sell this bike, but now I'm not going to sell it because I like the way that it rides. I can't get what I want, and this is a lot better than nothing. So it rides okay. honestly, what I want is a 429 SL, but it's just not in the cards in the near future. So I'm gonna ride this. Ben and I are gonna do a 24-hour team coming up here soon.
Yeah, so if Mark and Sean are out there, they didn't respond today, so better get on that. Let's get that thing going. Let's see.
And
Yeah, nobody's.
no
We have
hits.
4 people watching. If you guys, I mean, it seems fine. Internet on my side. If you have any, if you're out there, can you just shoot us a comment, leave us a thumbs up if it's good, thumbs down. Leave a comment if it's bad.
Yeah, if it's really bad and you just
Yeah.
wandered off to like go stare into your fridge and like look for hummus and stuff, just I don't know.
We're just gonna keep doing this. I don't know. We'll come up with.
They'll have to get better. They can't get worse.
If
It's like me fishing.
you have any questions, any comments or whatever about Mountain Bike Radio, just put them in the little comment section on the side, and I'll answer it. I'll do this. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do that for next time. We'll do it. What's in the pack for next time?
What's in the pack?
Yeah, just what you carry. You already had one, I think. Did you do one video like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you are watching and you haven't scrolled through the other Mountain Bike Radio
I'll show you
videos.
what fits into a Jan Tire 2 bag.
Yeah, exactly.
My old kitchen. We need to do one tomorrow. We'll do that.
For what?
We need to do one with my frame bag.
Why tomorrow?
No, like a nice, like outside and nice light,
Oh,
like
okay.
with real camera.
Not like a live one.
Yeah. So see, my O-ring didn't stay in my screw, so I retrieved my O-ring before I shoved the funnel in. You need those O-rings, don't lose them. They're worth their weight in rubber. Or gold or junk.
What? What's the problem?
The lockout levers in the way. I have to move it over so I can screw this in.
Is this thing all stock? This bike?
Except the crank and bottom bracket and seat.
Gotcha.
The front tire maybe. Front tire's different. It came with XR1s front and rear.
Got it.
They're light when you hang it on the scale, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, those team issue ones are. I don't even know. I haven't actually weighed one. I just know they're pretty light.
Yeah.
680 or something.
Yeah, I just
They're
need to
also
go.
expensive. Retail, those XR1s, team issue.
It's like $80.
Yeah.
They came with a bike though.
Yeah.
Buy a $5,000 bike, get 2 $80 tires.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool. I'd like to have lighter wheels for this bike. Lighter and wider wheels would be ideal. But that's a pretty low priority right now. We talked about it in the last JRA, but I think the next wheels I build, they're going to be those Velocity Blunt SS's that Ben rides.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Convinced you, huh?
Well, the new Crests are having issues. I'm not really sold on the ones I have on my cross bike. They just don't really... They're not that durable. They're wider and lighter than old
What's
Crest.
the, people have been talking about it or something?
Kenny's broke. Kenny wheel builder extraordinaire, built his with a tensionometer and the spokes started pulling through the rim. So, yeah, for me, I want to run those. One for, so if you look at that, it's wider than a new arch and it's lighter than a new arch. So in theory, it shouldn't be as stiff. I know that's not how things work all the time, but I just think it's going to be a little softer. And it's between the weight of an old Crest and a new arch. So it's going to be a 125 gram rim. And then the total vanity portion of it is they come in high polished silver, which is really, really cool. Let's face it, cool stuff is cool. So 26.5 internal width, high polished silver. Come on now, that would be sick. If you did a full silver wheel set, Like,
there's a lot of buffering on the video. It's a bummer.
there's a storm coming.
Yeah. It's a bummer.
We're also pretty far from the internet. Right?
What did we do last time? Did we do the other?
No, we used the repeater and then
No, but then I went to the one downstairs.
not really sure.
So I think we're back. All right. Yeah, it's really raining. All right. So if you are still there, Jacob, is it working any better? Hopefully it is. Hi.
Hi. Yours ain't silver.
Oh, true.
If I'm doing it, I'm doing it.
Seems to be working now. Awesome.
Woo! Thank you.
All right, cool.
So before Ben runs away with it, 350 hubs, 54.2 star ratchet, and 1 SS's. They're not going to be the lightest wheels, but I think they're going to ride really well. So take it away, Ben Jamin.
Okay. So sorry about the internet issues. Apparently we use the other Wi-Fi is working better now. So I don't know. When I was testing it before, it was fine. Let me get this light out of here. All right. So I have a set of. Do I have an extra press on me?
No.
I get both.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Old crest is 21 internal. New crest is 23 internal. And that is 26.6 internal.
30 external, 26.6 internal. There you go. So Blunt SS comes in black and polished silver.
And a bunch of other stuff too.
Does it? I don't know how many
I
other
think it
colors.
comes in like black and silver and a color or two, and then high polished silver. So I think it comes in silver and high polished silver.
Gotcha.
Not really sure. You can go to velocityusa.com and they're the experts on the matter.
Exactly.
Tell
I'm
me.
actually interested in some of the new hubs.
Call them up.
I know.
Get them on the horn. Be like, hey. Gosh, I want to go ride this bike right now.
It's raining.
I know. This bike's not much heavier than my hardtail. And it offers 100 more millimeters of rear wheel travel. It's a lot. You can't multiply 0 by anything to get that, so it's like infinitely more.
So I think we had some creaking going on. Last video we did, we had some creaking going on in my my True Fly for a white guy bike over here. I think it might be seat related.
That's not all that noise.
But part of it was.
Yeah. So leave it right there. I'll show them another trick.
Okay.
I just got to get my controls dialed in here. Also, for my SRAM or RockShox dual lock or twin lock, this X lock that runs the front and rear shock hydraulically, I put a little piece of grip tape. Well, where is it? I can't.
Here, hang on. So for the get this over here.
So, twin lock here has grip tape on the lever side of it. So if you have an old reverb lever, you didn't get the new like shifter style one, get some grip tape and put on there and it works great. I ride without gloves some and it doesn't bother me. So
You have nice calluses.
I don't ride this bike that much. I have calluses from other stuff, like riding. No, what? I mean, I have calluses, bad skin. I have eczema. I don't. Just kidding.
Alright, so Jacob, Brady. Let's see. Jacob, Brady,
Wait, Jacob.
Jacob Zimmerman.
Hey, Jacob. I know you.
Where do you know him from?
He lives in
That's-
Memphis. He's
oh,
buddies
okay.
with Kenny.
Cool. So Jacob, Brady, Eric, MTV Savant, anybody else that was watching so far, thank you very much.
I'm pretty sure that's the Jacob that I'm thinking of.
Sorry about the internet connection before. What did we talk about? We bled some brakes.
Four of
Just
them.
a simple, yeah.
Quick
Four,
lever bleeds.
Yep. Quick bleeds. And actually, yours are pretty clean. Mine probably could use a full work through.
Yeah. That's a big one. I'm not going to do that.
Carlos Del Pont. Hello again, guys. Hello, Carlos. Thank you for joining us. So hopefully the video is better. Carlos, earlier on we were having a little issues with the video, so sorry about that. If you have any questions or anything else, Carlos, let us know. You can see a couple of the comments up above. We were talking about brake bleeds. Had a question from Eric. That's it on that. And mountain bike radio wise, we have an episode of The Path coming. You just posted JRA, that was yesterday already.
Yep. Wow, it was.
While you were in Salida. You and Andrew did it while you were in Salida. Kenny was... Who knows where Kenny was.
Kenny was in Utah.
Yeah.
Other company plug. Patty Gun, you gave me really great customer service on Sunday, so good job. I've had 3 of their jackets, and now 1 of their hats, and 1 of their pairs of shorts. They work really well. I like their stuff a lot. They do a really good job of taking care of people. So, yeah. Just while I'm thinking about people that do things right.
And that hat, so apparently we can get those hats on.
Similar hats, yeah. Yupong makes one.
Yeah, cool.
Pretty cheap.
Cool. Alright,
Just gotta figure out what to put on it.
I don't know.
Flying Dutchman.
Whatever. I like those little tags.
We don't have any of those.
I know, but instead of a patch, like patches are cool, but they're huge. Like you can make a little detailed tag a lot better.
Where do we get those?
I don't know.
If you're out
Tag-
there listening and you make tags, let us know.
Tags like here, show it up close.
Like this. Like fabric tags. Then we'd have to have someone to sew it on.
Yeah. Who do we know that sews?
We know some people.
Yeah.
We know some people that sew. So this video will come out soon. This is the off the bike of my JPEG custom frame bag. This is the Miami Vice edition or something. I don't know. My only request with
I'm not even sure it's Miami Vice. It's like a
Fly 5.0.
no. It's like an old rollerblade movie.
Yeah. So
God, what's that movie?
I had a
Can't
request
think of it.
for a couple of knot colors. There's a couple of colors I didn't want, and Joe did a really awesome job where he put it together where, if you notice, this top panel and this panel, that's the only 2 panels on the bag that match. So, well, this panel's 1. So that's the only stuff that matches. But we'll get to that soon. We'll put that up tomorrow. I've set it, so now we have to do it.
Alright.
Unless it's pouring rain, because it'll be better in the daylight. So, yeah. What else are we going to do?
No, I think that's it. We don't have many people watching. No questions, comments. Other than Carlos, hello again. That was it. Anybody that's watching have any questions? No. Nothing. Not curious about anything? Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to end this thing, and next time what we'll do is make sure that
We use the downstairs internet.
well, yeah, because this was fine earlier on, but apparently it doesn't hold it very good. So, oh, here, Carlos, awesome, thanks. Level TL brakes. What do you think? I think they're awesome.
I have a pair of TLMs. Those are on
Oh, those
my-
are the fancy?
No, then there's a TLM Ultimate.
Oh, so what are the ones I had? TL, right?
You have TLs.
Okay.
I'll ride any of them.
Yeah.
I saw on Pink Bike the other day, a guy was riding level T's in World Cup cross country. The
Really?
junkiest ones. They're like $55 wholesale per brake. So
Yeah, I got the TLs over here on this Otso that is for sale.
whoop.
No, it's for sale. That's the way it is. I'm purchasing some equipment, some work equipment, and I need some. I want to buy a fancier, or I want to put that money towards that, and then buy it back later at some point. Eric, great job in the live cast. Thank you. I was a little shaky with that earlier on. So Carlos, yeah, definitely. If you're thinking about those level TL brakes, I'd say it's this money. I'd buy them. And buy them again.
I would too.
So they did a good job. I don't know. What's wrong? You look like there was like a tear or something going on there.
It's this bike rode on the car rack, on the rear rack from Denver to here, so it's got bugs on the side.
Oh, okay.
But it felt like a thorn sticking out of the side of the tire.
Gotcha. So do you know? I'm not like an engineer or anything, but what do they do differently with these new brakes versus all their old junkers?
They made them work.
I know, but anything specific?
So if you want, I can tell you a cool story about why a bunch of the old brakes failed.
Yes, I want to hear.
So I worked with a guy who worked with a guy at SRAM, and he told me lots of stories that were believable. Okay, so let's preface that this is not a primary source of this information, but he did tell me once, like the day ETAP was released, he was like, I remember them riding that stuff. He's like, I don't know if you can see my bike, but he's like, they came back with a motherboard zip tied as big as the seat tube on the bike, and like guy wheels it past my office, and I was just like, what is that? And he's like, you didn't see this. And he's like, no, I saw that. You got a computer zip tied to your bike. So pretty reputable source of information, but the reason that a ton of the Elixir brakes failed, the newer brakes that are failing, that Kenny references in the last episode, the Salida show of JRA, there's your thing, go dig it up. I think it's 883 or 884, episode 884 probably.
Hang on a second.
But that episode, Kenny talks about his guides, and the guides have been having problems. Let's see.
Okay, we'll get to Jacob's comment before finish it up.
And with the Elixir brakes, they were failing. And what they were doing is the assembly line worker had an electric torque wrench, and they would assemble some brakes, check their torque wrench, assemble some brakes, check their torque wrench, assemble some brakes, check their torque wrench. To back up, the problem was a torque issue. So one of the American guys, like one of the guys from SRAM America, flew over to the assembly factory and was going to oversee production for a while to figure out what was going wrong. And sure enough, they were doing everything right. But then there would be like, and it's not like batches of brakes were failing. It was like good, 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 bad, 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 good, 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 bad, bad, bad. So like there was this like weird thing going on with SRAM stuff, and they couldn't figure it out, and they thought it was they weren't torquing stuff, and it turns out they were torquing everything, because it's like an electric screwdriver that stops at a predetermined torque, and they were checking those in a secondary device that checked the torque of that. And they were doing everything they could, and they were bringing in, and like they were checking the torque wrenches, they were checking the calibration machines, they were doing all this stuff, and they finally figured out that there was an issue of power coming into the building. So there was a power dip at the street level, you know, so like out of the factory there was a power dip, and at the power dip the electric torque wrench knew that it needed to use this much power to hit that much torque, but it wasn't being fed properly, so you were getting a low torque. So they had to put in like a factory sized capacitor to prevent a power dip from entering the factory. And that's how they stopped
had a
it.
whole shitload of bad stuff.
There were 100%, I mean, and I know this goes against what Kenny said in that last episode, and
Which
what Andrea
is
said.
884, by the way.
Yeah, episode 884. That is not really something you would control. They did control it eventually, but that's not something you would think.
So where did this story come from? The motherboard guy?
Yeah.
Computer guy?
One of my previous coworkers worked for SRAM for a number of years.
Gotcha.
When they were in Chicago. He was one of their tech guys.
Got it. Alright, so Jacob, can you put me on some level TLs before he started hating SRAM brakes again? So far, so good, but they've only been on for about 5 months. Say if they're good for 5 months, you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you expect? I mean, what else? They're gonna just stop working?
They might. They actually might. So,
okay.
I was just gonna show off and say something else.
Yeah.
So if you look, and I don't know if we'll get it in here. Oh gosh. We'll post a picture of it on Instagram. It's gonna be really hard, but there's a code on the back of every SRAM product, and this code here is 02T645 blah 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 blah. What that means is this item was manufactured the second week in Factory T of 2016. So the T factory built this in the second week of 2016. And that's how SRAM knows how old your stuff is.
There you go.
So that's how SRAM can track back and figure out when their production stuff happened. Because they'll know that they were building these in this week, and then they can use their internal logs to
So
know.
does every company do that exact same thing?
No.
So how do they track things?
I don't even know if there's a serial number on this brake. There might be. There's a part number.
I wonder if part numbers are.
No, it's like a product code.
Oh, it's not like a
no, it's like saying
code and then like.
Nope. It's just saying it's a BRM 8000, which is just means 11-speed XT brakes.
Gotcha. Cool.
So yeah.
Well, that's cool, Jacob. Yeah, I mean, 5 months so far, so good.
He does live somewhere that doesn't. It's not a high braking area.
It's not like you're riding in Colorado where you're descending for 45 minutes, hammering on the brakes.
I mean, I'm sure that I know that him and Kenny do a lot of like Arkansas trips, but even that stuff compared, it's not like 45 to an hour descents ever. It's shorter stuff, but
where to slow yourself down, it takes 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
all right,
there you go.
So Jacob, thank you for watching. We appreciate it.
Yeah, hope you're doing well.
Eric, thank you very much. Carlos, thank you. And Brady, I don't know if Brady's still there anymore, but
Brady had to go. The storm hit Phillips. He's dead. Brady's dead. I hope not. He's a really nice guy.
And then we got MTB Savant. So thank you for joining us. That's it. Go to mountainbikeradio.com. What else? Shop MBR for the stickers we were talking about. So, Matt, just in case you're just joining us, like Eric or Carlos, Matt just put up just riding along stickers up on the site, so you can get those 3 stickers for, what are they, 2.5 by 2.5?
No, they're 3 by 3.5.
There you go, 3 by 3.5 stickers. You get 3 of them for $2. That includes shipping. So go to shopmbr.com. All right, so that's it. So thank you very much, and I don't know. I don't really have to. I am finishing it like a podcast, and it really shouldn't be that. So see you guys later.